oh shit, it's fucking Monday night. That means it's Shooting the Breeze with John Livia and Lee Priest, but Lee Priest will not be joining us. And filling in is Jason Ons. What's up, man? First of all, thank you very much.
Tough shoes to fill.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much for filling in. So he might show up, he might not. He's been, and I wore this shirt for you specifically.
Very good. Charlie, hang on a second. We got
Neckzilla
going on the front. Come on, put me out there.
So I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Biggest Momo. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is only a shirt that somebody from the East Coast would understand. Actually, more specifically, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia. And for those of you who don't know, I don't know where it comes from, but when an Italian person stubs his toe or an Italian person drops something that breaks it, the term they use is, "Oh, your sister's ass." Like, it's like, God damn it. But for some reason you say your sister's ass or your mother's ass. That's another one too.
Yeah, I always heard from my father growing up, and he's certainly not Italian. It was your mother's ass.
Yeah, your mother's ass. Yeah, I don't know where
mother's ass.
Yeah, yeah, it's unbelievable. How you doing, man? How was the 4th of July?
Dude, it was actually nice. It was
good,
relaxing. We got 2 days down at the beach. My wife and the girls, they went. I mean, the girls sat separately, of course.
Oh God, yeah, they're that day.
They're too cool for their parents' age,
Yeah, they'll come back about 21. They'll come back. After college. After college, they'll come back. Yeah,
but yeah, we had a little barbecue on Saturday, just small and took it easy and it was nice. It was nice.
Good. Yeah, I had to work a half a day, so we stayed home. My wife, barbecued and cooked and whatnot, and we had some drinks. We just hung out in the yard and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So it turned out to be nice. Saturday night I went riding a little bit with a friend of mine. Yeah, don't die, please. Oh,
I shouldn't eat. I'm gonna do these. Sorry.
That's all right. So the first topic I want to talk about is Muscle Beach, honestly. So it's in about 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2.5 from tomorrow.
Yeah. So I have not found anybody to work. So I'm at the point where I'm just giving up. And I begged my wife. I was like, please, you got to do me a favor. You got to come at night. I was like, during the day, it's fine. But at night is when, I'm really not going to be, because odds are you're probably going to be fucking pulling me on stage and giving out trophies and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah. So I was like, during the day I can handle it by myself. But so my wife is coming that night. I got to get her a shirt, and then I got to start making shirts. And Jason, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to Nathan. We're gonna get there one step at a time. Right now we're talking about Muscle Beach, which is Jason Ons' NPC show. He's the promoter. Where is it located?
Ocean High School.
Ocean High School in
Monmouth County by the shore.
Right. Yeah. And it is an NPC show national qualifier that he has every year, July 26th.
Yeah.
I will be there. It is actually going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty much there every year with a table, just hanging out and bullshitting, and it's actually really fun. So anybody should come down, and if it's an incentive, if you tell them that you came down to see me, you get 10% off the. I know you didn't go. You don't get 10% off, but just tell them, just show up, man. Just show up. All right, people want to jump in and talk about this. All right. I don't think Nathan got robbed out of anything, personally. I mean, what did he get?
He looked good.
He looked good. Well, I thought Neckzilla was the clear-cut winner. So,
yeah.
I wasn't really. Would I have had Nathan in second? Yeah, but it wasn't like Nathan blew away. What's the fuck, Bruno? So, I mean, maybe some politics got involved because he was bitching and moaning about his loss. But I don't know. That's Dubai. This is Portugal. Or maybe the couple of shots that I saw that Bruno beat him on were really the back shots. I mean, especially when he did the rear double by. And I honestly don't think Nathan was as polished as he was at Dubai. I think it was close, but I don't think it was as polished. I think Neckzilla this was probably the best version we've seen.
Yeah.
He deserved the win. I think Bruno looked good. Oh, probably the best Bruno we've seen. And if anything, Nathan kind of stayed the same. Maybe it was a little bit off. I don't see how Nathan got robbed out of what, third place to second place. It's not like he should show. Sorry. What'd you think, Jay?
I thought. So Nathan, great physique, and I'm trying to compare him to somebody. To give a little more clarity, like he's got shape similar to like a Dexter Jackson, right? But and I don't mean this, because Dexter is one of the all-time best,
Right.
Nathan needs some refinement and some finishing touches to be at that level, like a Dexter Jackson.
Yeah.
And I think Nathan's quads from the front, they need more size, they need more sweep. When you put him next to somebody like Neckzilla, which is apples and oranges, but
right,
with the size of his legs, it just kind of forecasts the weakness that Nathan has there. I thought Neckzilla earned it.
100%.
I try not to be biased. I do like him. I think he's a character and definitely an attraction.
Yeah. He's doing his homework. He's certainly doing his homework.
And he's getting better. That's what I really like to see is he's getting better. Nathan needs a little more refinement. He needs to, to up his leg game a little bit, and he could be beating a lot of these guys, dude. He could be a top guy.
Here's the thing. I think one of Nathan's issues is unfixable. Which is his structure. He has a very long torso, and he has a high lat insertion because of his long torso. And it really looks odd, the long torso. When he comes in diced and chiseled and hard and grainy, you kind of overlook that. But I think that's really what has been the problem this year is that he's up against guys with better structure. But I wasn't pissed that I thought he deserved second, but I wasn't pissed when they gave him third. I wasn't like, oh, it's highway robbing. It is what it is. You're talking about, you're splitting hairs at this point. Now, if he came in third and he deserved the win, I would be yelling, yeah, robbery, but I don't know. Rivera, why am I advertising for the podcast with Lee Priest and hasn't been on for a show in a minute? Okay. He was on Wednesday. That's number one. He came in the second half. If you don't know Lee is very, what's a good word for Lee Priest? Eccentric. By
his own rules.
Yeah. So, normally he shows up, but if he has things to do, I sent him the link, but if he has any, told me today, he goes, listen, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show up. But you got to understand that I put the thumbnail in beforehand. Like I put the thumbnail up yesterday, thinking that he comes on a Monday, which he normally 95%, 98% of the time he does. But today he's traveling to Europe and he's got things that he's got to take care of before he goes to Europe. He's going on a European tour. So don't worry, next week I won't have his picture up, okay? So
Riviera, I'm sorry I couldn't fill the shoes of Lee Priest. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I know you must be a fan of his. Who's not?
Yeah, right.
He's certainly worth listening to, but I will do my best to entertainment.
Now, Jason Moy says they don't want him in the Olympia. He's too outspoken. Okay. No, he can't get to the States. How many times are we going to go over this? He can't come to the States. He has a criminal record. He's been been arrested 3 different times in the UK. And that's why in the last few years, when he's qualified, he can't make it to the Olympia. It has nothing to do with the fact that they don't want him there. He can't go, even if he wins, which he's won last year. I think last year, the year before, he's won several years in a row. I think he did win the Portugal Pro last year, or the year before. So you're never going to see Nathan Deasha, whether he wins or not, on the Olympia stage again. I'm not being biased. This is just facts. This is just the truth. No other UK guy has a problem because they don't have an arrest record. So he was arrested once for drugs. I believe he was caught with steroids. He was arrested another time for inciting violence on social media. And then he was arrested a third time for, which I obviously don't agree with, but he was arrested for it, was for keeping his gym open during COVID. I mean, everybody remembers that crazy video with the dog and all the cops outside, and he came outside, and it is what it is. So that's the only reason why he's not competing at the Olympia, and that's why you don't see him at the Arnold or American shows. That's why he competes in Europe, and that's fine. It is what it is.
He's got to apply for some sort of a pass.
Yeah,
or something to get him some sort of work release. But that's not him. That's not going to happen on its own. He's got to. If that's even possible. Right.
And I have pretty good sources that when this first went down, and he, for some reason he won't admit it. I don't know why. I've had pretty good sources that have told me the only reason why he doesn't come is because of his arrest record in the UK. Because if you notice, James Hollingshead doesn't have a problem coming here, and Samson doesn't have a problem coming here, and that's the reason why. Now, I mean, whether he admits it or not is the other thing, but it has nothing to do with the fact that they don't want him there. If anything, I'd want fucking Nathan Deasha there. He's a huge name, and he's a great bodybuilder. I'm not taking away. The guy's got 12 pro wins. I'm not taking anything away from his career. The guy is a tremendous bodybuilder, and he probably deserves to be on that Olympia stage, but it is what it is, man. That's how it goes. Anyway, so let's get back. We'll get back to Dubai, Portugal Pro, but I want to get back to Muscle Beach, July 26th. What is it? Ocean High School?
Ocean Township High School.
Ocean Township High School. And what area? What town?
It's in Ocean, New Jersey.
Okay, in Ocean, New Jersey, which is about
Monmouth County. It's like 5 minutes from the beach, dude. It's right there.
Yeah.
Right, so it's close to Long Branch.
Okay. It's always a great turnout. It's always a great show. Jason puts on a fantastic show, and he spares no expense. And I can't stress it enough that if you're in the area, to stop by and come down, because really, and here's another thing, you never know who's going to show up. There have been times where Akeem Williams shows up. There's been times when Nick Walker shows up. There's been times where Guy Sistanino shows up. If they're in their area, they just drop by because they know Jason and they know a show is going on, and they just come in and hang out. Plus, I'll be there. I mean, I'm not as big as those names, but pretty sexy. So yeah, I'm really stressing that everybody go, because it's a really well done, well oiled NPC show, and unfortunately, you really don't see that much anymore. Most of the shows tend to be a fucking shit show. But it is what it is.
They're all run good. They're all run good.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, you could say that because you're the promoter, but it is what it is.
Dude, sometimes it's tough. Sometimes the spectators don't make it easy on you. Sometimes the contestants don't make it easy on you. And sometimes there's problems with the school. So I've had issues with the school that you just got to deal with the day of. And
oh, that sucks.
Dude, it's like anything else. When you're at a venue, you're the victim of circumstance. Anything could go wrong on any particular day. You just hope for the best.
Do you? There was that one time where the announcer didn't show up, right?
No, she canceled like a week or so before.
That's right. And you had to find somebody to replace her.
Yeah, dude. There was one day, one of the head judges got stuck in traffic for 2 hours because it's summer. One year the air conditioning broke at the venue. It was fucking 98 degrees out there. It was rough, dude.
Yeah, no, it's definitely rough. But I'll definitely be there. I got to start making shirts. I got my little press thingy and
there you go.
set,
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so my wife will be there in the evening after quite a bit. You know what my wife is doing, which I'm really proud of her. This is amazing. We needed new hardwood floors, and we did not want to replace the floors until Lola died. Lola, we had a pit bull that was like 15, she was 16 when she died, and she really couldn't hold her pee, and every day we'd come home and there would pee on the floor and pee on the floor. So finally Lola dies. Finally Lola dies this winter or whatever, and my wife says we got to redo the floor and whatever. I said okay. So instead of actually tearing up the hardwood floor and redoing the wood floor, my wife decides that she wants to do that. What is it? The vinyl snap-on floor or something like that?
The laminate?
Laminate, yeah. And she's doing it all by herself.
No shit.
Yeah. She's off. She's off Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. And every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, she's like, for a few hours, she's doing the floor. And it's not like we have this huge house. It's from the kitchen into the living room and then into one of the guest bedrooms. And it's almost done. She's almost got the whole thing done.
No shit. That's great.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit. And she hasn't bothered me. The only thing she really bothers me to do is like carrying the material and whatnot. But the truth of the matter is I'm not home on Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays. I'm really, well, Sundays I'm home like a half a day, but usually I got to go to my mother's and do shit like that. But Mondays and Tuesdays I'm never home. And if I am home, I'm doing this, right? So she just, no problem. And she loves doing it. She's like, I'm going to do the molding. I'm like, holy shit.
It's a good thing. Once you start doing shit in your house, you just want more and more, Yeah,
it's unbelievable. So kudos to my wife. I'm very proud of her. The floor looks good. The other thing that I wanted to talk about before we get back into the Portugal Pro is I Prevail subs.
Wow, look at that.
I think people are missing the boat on I Prevail subs. Jason Ons is my friend. I get it, but he does not pay me. He is not a sponsor of my show. And I'm telling you that this is the best quality product I've ever used. And I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's ass or anything like that. The BCAAs, the Mission, the Rogue Pro, these are the sleep aid. What's the sleep aid called?
Dream Chaser.
It's fucking good stuff. If you want to go and buy, you want it all dollars and cents, and you want to go and buy the cheap shit on Amazon, go right ahead. I get it.
That's not the problem. You know what the problem is the industry we're in, and the people that follow bodybuilding and want to train. A lot of them, they're just influenced, by these trendy products, and it's the new shiny toy. Excuse me, what this influencer's pushing. But the real athletes, the guys that look into the products they take, that read ingredient panels, that care about, what formulas they're getting, what ratios and milligram doses they're getting of exact ingredients. Those are the people that look to find my products. And that's my niche. I appeal to that market. I'm not trying to appeal to, hey, I took this and it tastes great and I got a great pump. My market is, dude, I want this because it's got this, and it tastes great. It's like, this is going to serve a purpose. These ingredients work. This is how you're going to recover better. This is how you're going to train better. I'm after those type of athletes, the guys that take it seriously, the guys that are looking for results, looking for benefits, and who spend their money, who want to see something out of it. Not like I'm just drinking a flavored down Kool-Aid before my workout and I think I'm cool because some influencer told me to do it,
because some asshole, dumps it in his mouth and drinks it. And no, I get it, which is completely irresponsible as an influencer. Right. But I don't know if everybody's been following me on my channel. I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back. In the last 6 months, I have my body has really changed. I've been really pushing the envelope in the gym and the diet, and I've seen significant changes. And part of that is getting good supplements in. And I use I Prevail subs. My nephew uses it because he went back to the gym. And I'm telling you, the Rogue Pro pre-workout is the best pre-workout that I've ever used. And I think honestly, and I think that one of the reasons is the electrolytes that you put in it. Because if you have caffeine is also a diuretic, right?
Yeah, it could act as a diuretic, and it also acts as a vasorestrictor. So too much caffeine, restricts blood from flowing. So when you're training, you want the blood to flow, you want the pump, the blood aids in recovery, gets you warmed up, gets you stronger for each set. So by these high stim, these high cracked out pre-workouts, you're really defeating the purpose. Like if you're looking to get high, go take something else. You know what I mean? But if you're looking to benefit, and get results and utilize your time efficiently, then that's what you're going to get with the products.
No, absolutely. So you go to, I'm going to put it in the description. You go to www.i-prevailsups.com, and the discount code is SN, the end sign, S10. And I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. It is probably, for my opinion, it's probably, it's the best product I've ever used. Put it that way. That's it.
If anybody's listening, want to try the Rogue X as a pre-workout, try the Forge Pump, the V2. It's a non-stim pump pre-workout. These are products that are really going to help make a difference in your fitness journey or your goals.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. My nephew loves the branch chains and the Mission.
Yeah,
he uses the Mission pre-workout, and he said next time he's going to buy the what is it? The Rogue. I keep saying Rogue Pro. Rogue X.
Mission. I'm sold out of stock now. It's all Rogue X, and I'm pushing. I'll probably revisit Mission down the line, but Rogue X is kind of taken over.
Oh, all right, good. All right. So this weekend we had Portugal Pro, and we already touched on Neckzilla, Nathan, and Bruno. The other thing that I want, did you see Horse MD go into the classic?
No, I saw pictures.
You saw pictures of
them comparing his classic physique to his open bodybuilding look.
Now, maybe it's me, and I know he won. I know it was a light classic lineup. Right. One of the guys that couldn't make classic didn't make the weight, went in open and took fourth. That guy, I forgot his name, but that guy probably would have won the classic if he made weight. But I honestly thought Horse MD looked horrible, and the reason, and I'm not talking about conditioning, and I'm not talking about the work that he put in. He was, to me, one of the biggest things about bodybuilding is symmetry and balance, and his legs are so huge, and it looks like the majority of the weight that he lost is in his upper body. He looked like a centaur. Is that the horse with the man body?
I thought he looked good.
Did you? You didn't think he was off with the?
No. So I mean, if you're putting him in open, I could see your argument, but he's got such a nice look, dude. He's really he flows, and I thought he put it together. I like his classic look. It's really not that much different than his open look. You didn't
think he was off balance with his legs being so big compared to his upper body?
You could definitely tell that the weight loss came from his upper body.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was still good enough to make a good showing. I thought he, if that's what he had to do to make weight, dude, I thought he did a good job, and I liked his look. Yeah.
All right. Maybe it's, a lot of times, because I'm not a classic physique fan, I tend to look at the other divisions through the eyes of bodybuilding, if that makes sense. And maybe I did that with him because I'm looking at him and I'm going, man, it looks like his upper body's gone. Like,
yeah,
that I'm, you are a seasoned vet, and I am going to take your opinion very seriously when we talk about bodybuilding. That might be the reason that maybe I'm biased when I look at these guys, but when I see guys like C-Bomb and, you go on down the line, I'm like, I don't think he's going to be able to hold his own. I know C-Bomb's not there anymore, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold his own at the Olympia with this kind of structure, with this kind of balance. What do you think?
I think I'll tell you, I do like the classic look, you know, and it reminds me, not, I don't want to get into
No,
the
I get it. I get it.
old generation versus new generation shit, you know,
Yeah.
because I do believe the older generation had a lot of the classic type
More,
physique with the
more of
smaller
the
waist that flowed. They weren't too heavy. They weren't blown out. It looks more artistic.
yeah.
It looks more pleasing. And that's just, you know, what I enjoy about bodybuilding. That's what I kind of miss about and dude, I like the big physiques also,
Mm.
but I feel as if like classic brings that old traditional style back where you're getting good posing routines. You're getting guys that flow.
That's very
You're
true.
getting
Yeah.
a small waist where, dude, these guys are still freakish, but it does look obtainable. You know,
That's
some of
true.
these open guys, it looks like, holy shit, dude, they're on a different fucking planet, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I get it, and I get the attraction, but I think there should be a good mix of both of it, you know. And there's not that many open pros that still have that classic look,
Right.
you know, that Horse MD has, and that's why I wasn't against the choice. I don't think he should have went in the other direction going open. I like his choice. I like what he did.
I mean, it's his first show. You know, I think he left classic, went to open, and then came back to classic.
Yeah, I believe so.
So let's give him another, couple of shots and see how he does. But I think that's also,
is he staying classic, or is he going, or is this like a?
I mean, he just won. I would think he's staying. He's qualified for the Olympic for classic, so I would think so. Maybe I am biased because now that I'm thinking of it, I've always liked the extremes in any sport.
Right.
Anything I want, like I've always liked the freaks in bodybuilding. I was always a fan of the freaks in bodybuilding. I was always a fan of, the Mark McGuires and the Sammy Sosas when they were destroying the ball. I don't care about the pitch count and the fucking who's coming. Yeah, when those guys massacred the baseball.
Let him fucking hit. Let him hit.
Yeah,
the fucking skin off that thing. Right?
And then they had 3,000 fucking home runs in a season. I was like, oh,
it's fun to watch.
It was great, I mean, there are guys that watch baseball and love the bunt and the stealing. I wasn't one of those guys. I liked fucking the who was the other Spanish guy? It was Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, and who was the other black guy I'm thinking of? What's his name? He was a junior. He was he was probably it was a freak. What's the fuck is it? Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds. Remember when he used to play and people used to have boats in the fucking San Francisco Bay because he used to
waiting for balls.
Yeah, it was literally Jesus.
Out there, yeah.
I've always liked, when I watch fights, I've always liked the knockouts. So maybe I'm just biased. I think I'm probably a better judge of bodybuilding than I am any other category. And that's probably where it comes from. So don't listen to me when it comes to classic physique. Just listen to me when it comes to open.
The old traditional guys in MMA, who did you like?
The old school guys? The old school guys, of course, I liked Tank Abbott. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So your opinion, you're constant.
Yeah. I like Tank Abbott. I liked who was the other guy? They just made a movie about him. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I met Mark Kerr, dude. I was a big Mark Kerr fan.
Right.
But I like George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
The guys and Mark Kerr was a great athlete, dude. These guys, I like the more athletically inclined MMA guys where you see that where they look good doing it. You know what I mean? Like, instead of these guys that are throwing from the hip like George Foreman,
once they get on the ground, I was always a huge fan of boxing. And once they get on the ground, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So it's like all that technical stuff on the ground. I'm like, to me, it just looks like, what it looks like to me when I see these MMA guys fighting on the ground. It looks like two gay guys on the ground and one guy realizes he's not gay.
So, dude,
And so he's just like, I'm not fucking gay.
but the reality is there is such an art to that.
Oh,
Absolutely. I have a wrestling background, and I have some grappling background, and
yeah, you're an athlete's athlete. Yeah.
So there is such a strategic. It's like a chess game, right?
Yeah.
But it's nice to watch when you see guys that both have good ground games that can fight off their back, right? Guys that aren't afraid to get taken down, and guys that aren't afraid to take down, that aren't worried about other people's guards or getting put in a compromising position. But dude, it's so nice to see when you get guys that are highly intelligent and have that calculated ground game. Dude, that I enjoy that.
Oh, absolutely. I would probably be a general fan. Like if I was born during like the Roman Empire, I would definitely like the guys that, you know, at the end when they got killed, when the emperor was, let him die. That would be my favorite part.
Gladiator.
That would be my favorite part. All right, so let's get to the fun part of the. I was at a gym in West Orange, New Jersey this weekend, and I noticed a lot of like, I don't know if it was 4th of July weekend. I don't know, but I noticed a lot of signs where people were newbies in this gym, and it was just like, wow, I didn't realize what you can pick up and realize when you watch these people that they've been in the gym for like, you know, 15 minutes of their life, and they're like, oh, okay, now I get it. And I was thinking about like red flags that you could tell they just started training, you know. Right. Red flags like all over the place. And the first thing that I thought of, the first red flag was let me see. Oh, this was great. When for some reason they don't put a 45-pound plate on, they just put 4 10s on.
Right.
Like that's a huge red flag that you are just like either, or you just can't do math, you know, or you're just terrible at math. But that, another one that I saw this weekend was I've seen guys wearing construction gloves.
Huh. It's a new one.
Really? You never saw that?
Construction gloves?
Yeah, like you know, instead of wearing weightlifting gloves, they actually have on like Home Depot construction gloves.
I've never seen that.
Really? I bet you now you're gonna notice it now when you go back to the gym or whatever the case may be.
Well, I go in the morning, so we get guys they're there for a reason. You know, your early morning guys.
Oh,
they're different than your evening and late afternoon.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Right.
Yeah, another one that like when you can't control the weight and the weight's controlling you, you can't control the weight. You know, you kind of like when the person is like doing a bicep curl, it's like you just can't, you know.
You know what bothers me is guys with flip flops or Crocs on.
Oh.
You know, like I get it if you're sparring or if you're grappling and you want to go barefoot and this and that, but if you're training in Crocs or flip flops, to me, I just see you as somebody who doesn't take it seriously, right?
Yeah.
That's a big fucking, you know, I have a big pet peeve with that. Using too much weight, you know, guys that train with their shirts off, that fucking bothers me.
Oh my God, dude, that drives me crazy. Momo, yeah, it does. Everything at the gym does bother me. But that's my entire life. Like everything, period, bothers me. Like,
the other morning, we're training. And this guy, you know, he's playing basketball. You can see at my gym, you know, there's a basketball court inside, and I train we got some good stuff there. It's a pretty good hardcore gym, but they do have a basketball court. So the guy is shooting hoops. It's, you know, probably 7 in the morning, and he's got his shirt off. Comes out and he starts using a couple of machines, like camera machines. And dude, he's fucking sweating all over the place. And to be honest, not that of course it bothers me as a member, you know, but it also bothers me because I ran Diamond Gym for 11 years, dude. From a business sense,
yeah.
Like if somebody comes in and sees that, you know, they're not going to want to join. It might push people away. And,
absolutely.
You know, I like the people in my gym, and I don't want the gym losing members. So the guy at the front desk goes over to him and says, "Dude, you gotta put a shirt on." Dude, well, I didn't know that. He's like, well, dude, come on. He's like, well,
Yeah,
other people
it's
take
common
their
sense.
dude, you're not taking pictures. Dude, like, how is this turned into a fucking argument? The guy's defending the fact that he's training shirtless, right? So he goes, and this is where I kind of felt bad. He goes into the locker room and comes back out, and dude, he's got like his work button-down shirt on, long sleeve, and he probably had to go to work early or something and didn't bring a change of wardrobe and had nothing else. So I don't think he was just trying to be a dick and train with no shirt. I just think he didn't have one. So, dude, I went out to my car to see if I had like an I Prevail T-shirt I could give him. I would, but I didn't have one on me, so he had to.
Does your gym sell T-shirts?
They do, but you know, I get it. But not everybody's got money. You know, like
Yeah,
you know.
I feeling bad has I feeling bad. I'm is restricted to only like a handful of people now in my life.
That's another one of my problems. It's I want to save the world sometimes. You know?
Yeah, it's I feel it's just, but you know, another thing is when you see guys, when you see partners working out, and they're not spotting each other. They're like kind of waiting on the side while they finish the set, and I'm like, okay, they're brand new. They don't even know how to spot each other. They don't even know why they're there. It's like, dude, you're supposed to spot your boy. It's
So you know what bothers me also on top of that, but when you see people in the middle of their set and they're having conversations with somebody else, turning their head, looking to the side, doing like not focused on what they're doing. I don't know why that fucking bothers me so much, but
yeah. Well, you know,
do your set, dude. You know?
yeah, you know what it is. It's because, and you know, I've never trained like you, like a professional, but I always put my earbuds in, and I enjoy a good conversation like anybody else. But my workouts are important to me because number one, I want to see progress. A lot of people are there just to pass time. And number two, it's my away time, man. You know what I mean? It's my away time. I'm not thinking of anything. I'm not thinking of problems. I'm not thinking about my wife. I'm not thinking about money. It's my away time. Yeah. You know, I just get into the workout, have my music going. Another thing that you could tell if somebody's new is where their hand placings when they're bench pressing. It's always too close. It's almost like a close grip bench. Like, you know, and it's, you know, you want to tell them something like, you want to tell them, put your finger where that ring is, that put, you know,
you see the tricep push downs and it's like completely like,
oh yeah. They just
between a pullover and a push down, you know.
Did you ever get this? Good. Sorry. Good.
And training in jeans. Sorry.
Oh, yes. That's actually, yeah. I don't see that much now in the wintertime, but in the summertime, but in the wintertime, yes, I've seen that.
Oh, I fucking hate it.
Yeah. Have you ever seen somebody using this is how you know somebody's new too in the gym, when they use a calf machine and they think it's a leg press or a leg or yeah. And then it's like, oh, dude, it's a calf machine. And there have been times I've nicely gone over to people and I go, this is, you know, and I tell them, you know, try to do, especially like young kids, young guys, I'll do that. You know, I'll try to mentor a little bit, be like, hey, you want to do it like this, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or when they're using the easy bar and they're just, their hands are all the way at the end, you know, and it's like, you're not.
Or you ever see guys put up the bar and they're just fucking throwing the thing around and there's a guy in my gym that loads up. You know the hammer strength back row. It's you stand up and your chest is against the
sure. Yeah.
Your arms come out like the Dorian Yates row.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, these guys, they have fucking 5-6 plates on it, and if you look at the guys, dude, they have no right putting 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Plates. Yeah. Oh, dude, hold on. I got a fucking crazy story for you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
No, it's that's all right.
And for all the listeners, forgive me in my delivery, okay? Because I have to say this, because I want you to get the gist of it. There's a guy in my gym, good guy. His name's Richard. Okay, works for Verizon. He's there every morning, dude. He trains with another guy off and on. But we always, whenever we're around each other, we'll bullshit each other, or he needs a spot, whatever. He's a good guy. He's black. Yeah, he's black. Okay, and that's why I say forgive me. There's a reason I'm saying this. Okay.
You're on the wrong show. You realize that, right?
No,
I mean,
no, no. Well, that's not-
like, I just,
whatever. Anyway.
he's a colored guy. Go ahead, Jay.
You're gonna pull the liberal out of me. Stop it.
Yeah.
All right, so I see him the other day in the gym, and he's like, dude, I got to tell you what old man Tom said to me the other day. There's this guy in the gym, dude, he wears the same clothes every time he's there. He wears a gray sweatshirt, gray sweatpants. Dude, he's in his like upper 60s, early 70s.
Right.
And dude, he's a big guy. He throws the weight around too, very sloppy. Chases some younger women around the gym. He's like infamous for stuff like this. And you know, he smells like smoke. You know, this,
Jesus, man.
So he's telling me, he's like, Tom comes up to me the other morning. He's like, hey, you know, what are you doing here this early? And Richard's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm always here this early. He's like, no, dude, you're here earlier. You're here earlier than you're normally here. And Richard's like, well, dude, I don't have work today. Maybe I'm here 5 minutes earlier. And he goes, work.
Right.
He's, what do you mean? What do you mean work? He goes, well, I'm off today. He goes, what do you mean? What did you think? I thought you were on welfare.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, like Richard's telling me the story.
Is that really what he said? That?
And I'm waiting for like a joke or just. So I'm just dumbfounded. I said, what? So I said, what did you say? He's like, dude, if it was anybody else, I would have fucking taken a swing at the guy. But I know he's like, he's not on there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he has to be in shock. There's got to be some kind of shock value.
So he says to him, he goes, well, yeah, dude, I am on welfare. I have a side gig that I do that I get off the books. So I'm dipping in at both ends. Like, dude, he just thought of it off the top of his head. And the guy goes, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Jesus Christ. Like, every black person I know has a fucking job and a family. I don't know.
But the way this guy thinks, dude, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, you know, some people just like, you know,
with a straight face, with a straight fucking face.
We are destined to be a species that is extinct, because I really believe that the majority of people are like those vacuums. What are they called? Roombas, where you just put on the floor and they just bounce into a wall and nothing. It gets absorbed throughout life. You just boom, and it just blows me away. I think I sent you guys today on we have a group IG chat, and I think I sent you guys today that girl that got pulled over and because she got the wrong order at Starbucks, and she was running everything over. She got into an argument. She had the wrong order at Starbucks, and she's crashing into cars, and she's crashing into poles, and she's crashing into the sidewalk, and the police are trying to get her out of the goddamn car, and she just keeps trying to fucking escape and crashing. And it's like, oh, and supposedly it was all over an argument over the wrong order at Starbucks. And it's like, wow, holy shit, you know. So it's just unbelievable. But yeah, man, you see some like really crazy things in the gym. But I've noticed that when you're new, when you're a newbie in the gym, that doesn't bother me so much. You know, like, you just need some direction, need some help.
Do you get people in your gym that mingle, that kind of, you know, I don't know how what gyms are. Maybe it's different in the morning, but there's like a good flow. Like, everybody, like, we all respect each other. We're all there to help each other. There's a good sense of camaraderie. And I don't go there at night much. I might have only been there once at night, and probably just to drop off product or something.
Right.
But it seems like when you get that night crowd,
yeah,
everybody's just into themselves, and nobody's really, you know, like, nobody gives a fuck about anybody else's time. If you're on a machine, if you're off a machine, if you're using something, to be courteous, to put your fucking weights back, you know, like.
I think you're accurate. I think you're right. I think in the morning, people understand that they're there before work, and they have time constraints, and they kind of all fit the same mold, if you will. They're all pressed for time. They want to get that workout in. They're all working class people, and you usually, those people are always there at the same time because they have structure and they have a schedule, and they tend to be respectful toward each other. Where at night, you get, like, I go after work because I have to be at work at between 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. So I go like between 4 and 5 o'clock every day. Usually right after work is 4. And it is just all different types of people, just constant. You know, you get a lot of the girls that are doing nothing but taking pictures of their asses in the yoga pants in the mirror. You know, you get all the. It's like a freak show. It's amateur hour. You know, so you just got to put the blindfolders on. But I can't help it. By nature, I'm a people watcher. You know. Like you know, and I just sometimes I just look at this. Like there was a guy there over the weekend, and he was trying to use the leg press, not the leg press. I'm sorry, the leg curl. And it's the one you sit down and you put your legs in and you know do the curl. They have right, and the part of the machine that you push forward to drop the leg piece that you put your legs in. Right, so that you can put, and then you release it, and then you do the exercise. He thought that was the actual exercise, and he kept just pushing it up and down and up and down and up and down. And he was just like probably like 50-year-old Indian dude, and it's like like for some reason that doesn't bother me as much as you know the guy shadow boxing in the gym. You know what I mean? Like I'm almost like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's new. He probably just came from fucking somewhere in the Middle East. They have no idea what they're doing. You know, I don't fucking know. So that don't really bother. Like newbies don't bother me. It's the people and it's the other people in the gym that annoy the shit out of me. Like you know, the shadow boxing guy, or the girl taking the pictures of her ass all day in the fucking gym, or the guy that's squatting but he's folding in half. Did you ever see that guy?
Or the guy that does the partial quarter reps when he's squatting.
Right. Yeah. Or the quarter reps anywhere on a bench or anything. You know what I mean? And it's that just irks me because it's so. And here's the reason why it irks me more now than ever. It's at your fingertips.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's so much information, but it just kind of makes it worse. And it's like this. All you have to do is like Google or YouTube how to do a squat. How to do it, or how to do a bench press, and there's 14,000 videos that'll come up and show you the right form.
Well, or not.
Or not. Yeah, right. You know,
might get some really bad advice and end
up, oh, I've seen that too, where YouTube influencers, a lot of times they put the cart before the horse, or they try to reinvent the wheel. That's another thing too. Like what I've noticed a lot is doing close grip bench with the dumbbells, just putting them together. Right. And I've noticed that a lot. And to me, that's really concentrating on your triceps, but they're kind of doing it for chest. And it's kind of like reinventing the wheel. It's like, let's not get away from the basics that have always been a staple in the workout, you know? And if I talk to any of the young kids, I try to tell them that or give them advice or whatnot. And honestly, 98% of the young kids that if I try to help, they appreciate it.
What do you think? What are your top 3 gyms in Jersey? What would you?
Top 3?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely would have to go with. I definitely would. Well, I only know the ones in North Jersey, right? So I've never been I think the furthest I've ever been was the gym you go to. You go to Powerhouse, right?
Yeah, in Albridge.
Yeah, I think that was the furthest I've ever been. Signature in Belleville is phenomenal.
Yeah, the top one, yeah.
Signature in Belleville is phenomenal. I like Gold's Gym in Totowa, and there's another Gold's Gym in Teterboro.
Yeah.
And then obviously, say that again.
I haven't been there in a while, but the Totowa one was top notch. Yeah.
It's a different owner now. They're trying to incorporate all different people, and I get it. It's a business, you know. I understand. You know, they have a lot more. You know, what is it? You know, what's that kind of workout where they flip the tires and they functional stuff. A lot of CrossFit, you know, a lot of aerobic activities, which I get. You're trying to incorporate everybody.
To Tillis and Belmar.
Which one?
Tillis and Belmar.
Never been there. I've heard it's great. Never been there.
So Frank owns that, and dude, he's got some fucking equipment in that gym, dude. Like, you know, he's you'll never get stale training at that place.
And it's in Belmar. Yeah, it's just a trip.
It's in like Southwest. That's not the beach Belmar. It's Belmar.
So it's even further.
Yeah, dude, it's down past like Cherry Hill. It's exit.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I'm a diamond guy. You know, obviously older equipment, old school. But dude, my powerhouse has got some really good stuff, and I know
Yeah.
the Iron Revolution places. They got some good stuff going on. Strong and Shapely is a good gym.
Oh yeah, that's right. Think of me. Strong and Shapely is definitely a good gym.
I went to the Achilles in Brick today to meet the new owner because he's got like a little supplement store inside. Dude, he's got some great fucking equipment there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I was there like middle of the afternoon. Dude, he had some traffic in there. Like, when gyms are usually slower.
Yeah.
Everybody that's there fucking works out. Everybody looks the part.
You know where's there's actually a good gym up by me? Jersey Barbell.
Yeah, that's Matt's gym. That's a great gym.
Yeah, Matt and this girl Deanna, they're partners. And yeah, I've trained there a couple of times. They have pretty good equipment. It's a little small, but it's not really packed crazy. Right. It's not a bad gym at all. I don't get down to South Jersey much.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
When I heal up after my neck, dude, we'll take a ride. If you want to go train, and we'll do some video stuff.
Oh, 100%. I would definitely be into that. Absolutely.
He has a podcast room at the Achilles in Belmar too. We could use if you want to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we could train and do some filming there, dude, and it'd be a good day. Yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely. When you're feeling better, we definitely got to talk about it.
Yeah, Frank he would appreciate it, dude. He's all in, dude. He's a big supporter.
All right, cool. Definitely. Yeah. All right, yeah. Well, that'll be fun too. Yeah. Because sometimes training by yourself, don't get me wrong, I like training by myself, but sometimes it's boring. We'll
get some of the guys, some of our local guys, dude, and we'll go down there and get a camera guy and do some.
I'm all in. I already got the camera guy. The guy who works with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy that follows me to Strong and Shapely or whatever gym I go to, LA Fitness. And matter of fact, I'm doing one not this week. Next week, we're doing another one together.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting it. So pretty soon I'll be up the park.
All right, sounds pretty good, man. Yeah. All right, listen, Jay, I appreciate it. Thank you for filling in. I don't know when Lee is going to be back. He is on a European tour. So guys, don't worry. The next thumbnail, Lee will not be in. So it's not clickbait. All right. I didn't know he is not on the European tour yet, but he had to do some shit today and he had to cancel last minute. So I apologize about putting him on the thumbnail, for fuck's sake.
As if they lost money if I check it in for a minute.
Yeah, right. All right, Jay, we'll talk soon, brother.
Bye, brother. See you later.
Thank you.